Hello. Hey everyone, it's spooky season. I'm one of those. I am. It's my favorite. And it's the only holiday that I actually will spend money to decorate the bus. And just a little bit of money. I mean, come on. This is like dollar store type craziness right here. But it makes my heart happy. You know, my mother is someone who I was just talking about this. I had the realization the other day that both of my parents are very materialistic in very different ways. And I didn't make this connection until just a couple days ago. My mother will have everything organized and all of this beautiful, what would you call it? So for every season, right? For every holiday, she has a different place setting for the table. There's different placemats and rugs, and she changes out the bathroom stuff all the time. So there's a lot of stuff, but it's put away in drawers and things when it's not in use, or it's in the garage, which is full of things, but it's organized. My dad, on the other hand, bless his heart, he's a hoarder. I don't know how bad it is these days, but he got sick. He had the vid. And when I went out to help him through all of that, he was hospitalized and everything. It was intense. When I went out there to help him get through that, he it was just like, I mean, I haven't lived with my family obviously in many, many years. And I remember growing up and my dad's office room was just like you could barely open the door and there were stacks of newspapers and magazines and things everywhere. Just stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks, piles of upon piles of things and boxes. And it was I didn't realize growing up that he was a hoarder or how that, what that all that was. So fast forward, 15-ish years or whatever, and I go visit my father in his home with his wife. My parents are divorced, so he's remarried, and it's the same thing, right? The rest of the house in both situations, the rest of the house, wonderful, beautiful, immaculate. My dad's room, like his office, just full of stuff. So we knew that when he was going to come home from the hospital, I was like, it can't be like this. There's dust everywhere. I mean, it wasn't gross messy. It was just dusty and just piles of things and stuff that hadn't been moved in years. So I helped his wife and her daughter. We cleaned the whole space out. And that was upsetting. It was hard for him because that's, he might know where everything is. Luckily I knew that about him in a way by that point, so I was able to, I made sure we knew where everything was and it was all tracked down and we, reorganized it all. Anyways, all that to say, I don't know what it looks like these days. It's been a couple years since all that happened. I'm hoping that it's not so bad anymore. But either way, interesting that both of my parents had this just stuffitis. I don't know what you want to call it. They just wanted lots of stuff and had lots of stuff. And I think maybe that's part of their generation, right? Maybe the way they grew up. And I'm not like that. I live in a bus and I love it. And I have I think that's part of why it's the little things that make me happy. Look at this paper bat on my clock going around in circles. I love it. And the lights, I think the lights were like $3. It's great. Battery powered. I don't need to worry about using, any of my electricity in the bus. And the piece de resistance. I'm not even going to pretend to speak French. This is hold on, I have to show you why this new friend of mine is named what they are. Because it's cute. Okay. And thanks for humoring me with just being ridiculous for a few minutes. We're gonna get into a whole lot of stuff, but I just wanted to get into the feel of the season and all that jazz. So this little friend of mine, I was trying to figure out what to name it because it's black and white, and I wanted something clever. And then I looked up on Wikipedia. I'm about to share with you real quick. I'm going to share the Wikipedia page here. Okay. So share screen. I looked it up on Wikipedia and I found its Latin name. So we have the zebra spider, Latin name Salticus scenicus. So I would like to present to you. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Well, let's stop the screen sharing. All right, this is full name, Salty Boy Wrigglesworth the Third. You can wear it like a hat. This is my new friend. This is Salty, Salticus. Isn't he great? I love it. I love it so much. I think he's just gonna hang out here the whole stream somehow. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it work. All right. So Salticus is my new sidekick. Salty, and it works because it's a pirate ship bus, right? So it's like also a seafaring jumping spider. I don't know how that works, but that's all right. Huh, Salty? Yeah. Yes. I am ridiculous. That's fine. It's good though. It's good to be a little ridiculous. You kind of have to in this world. Here, let's put Salty up here. Let's just have Salty hang out right there. This is great. I promise I'm almost done. All right. Cool. All right. Hey, all right, let's go. I'm gonna turn my AC back on a little bit more because goodness. Texas, y'all. Texas. It's still 70. It is 8:30 p.m. in Texas, and it's 77 degrees outside still, which for some people may not be that ridiculous, but that's still warm for me. I don't like it. It's like humid still too. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry for all the beeping. I'm just making my AC go to work because it's warm. So, all right, spooky season silliness that's been taken care of. Let's say what's up to the chat. Alan Fizame, thank you so much for jumping in to say hello. Alan says, SJ, ooh, have a wonderful stream. Wanted to drop by and wish you prosperity on your journey. Thank you. I appreciate that. The journey is for this year, nearly complete, folks. What a trip that is. Mr. Chuck in the house. Mr. Chuck again always reminds me of my dad. I'm going to say that every time possibly. But shout out to Mr. Chuck, who says, I've adopted a stray cat at work. I've nicknamed him Richie in honor of Richard Hart. I love it. Mr. Chuck, if you are still watching, sir, what color is this cat? Please tell me, boy or girl, tell me all about this cat. I love cats. I do. Can you tell? There's a beautiful, precious one sleeping over there. I do not want to disturb her slumber. The princess is, she's a little perturbed lately. We're going to get into that, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Kitty Cat's doing. Moondog says, love, light, and happy hearts. Yay. I like all that. Swizzle Sticks. Swizzle says, my dad hoards too. LOL. Yeah, man, it's a real thing. I really did not understand that that's what it was until I came to his new house and I saw, like I've been there before, but like it never really clicked. I was like, shit, my dad's a hoarder. Oh, what a trip. And it's crazy. There's this whole crazy thing. That whole experience, that was one of the most trying months. It was a couple months I've ever been through in my life because my dad was dying basically. And I didn't know he was going to make it or not. And I was going through all of his stuff as if he was dead, basically, like trying to figure out, all right, like, do we really need to keep this? Like, who's going to take this thing? Where is this going to go? What is this even for? So much stuff, man. Pill bottles, just empty pill bottles. I can't remember for what reason he kept them. He's a recycler. So he will often make the excuse or the reasoning like, oh, that he's going to recycle it. And then it takes him, however long to finally get to the recycling place. So that's a real interesting, thing that people go through. And I've never watched the show or anything. I think I've seen an episode or something of Hoarders. So I know that in comparison, right, like this is not that terrible. But it's still something psychological going on there, right? Anywho, Drix appears. Cute. I like that. Good to see you. Make It Miriam is here. She says, hey, everyone. Hey, Miriam. So continuing with the hoarding, Swizzlestick says, organized chaos. He knew where everything was. Yeah, similarly. I bet my dad probably could have told you where nearly everything was. And then when we cleared it all out, there were 2 or 3 things that he knew he could not find, right? Like he was like, this thing is missing and this thing is missing. Luckily, we ended up finding them. It's like it was one of them was like a silver coin and something else that was meaningful to him. Swizzlesticks also says, my dad's office was the same as well. He hated it when we forced him to clean it. Yeah, man, it's a comfort thing, right? I think that part of, at least that's how I saw it, was part of it was that was his external way of creating kind of this barrier, right? Like a cocoon of comfort around him with all of this stuff somehow. And to get rid of it or to clean it out or whatever, to them is like they're losing this kind of security. So yeah, I learned more about hoarding and all that in those couple months than I'd ever learned. So very interesting thing. I know that, I know I'm not alone, in Swizzlesticks. I'm sure we're not alone in that. I'm sure many people have someone they know in their life that does that as well. Moondog says, I sit upon a hoard of my own these days, if I'm being honest, even after all my years judging my mother's hoarding habits. Yeah, it can be something that you just learned. It's a learned habit. It's a learned security mechanism, right? And I think different people do it for different reasons, and the level of intensity of it, right? Like, it's important. One thing I learned, and one reason why I was so, not judgmental about it and really just wanted to, help as much as I could. I learned a little bit about feng shui back in the day, and I haven't read about it much recently or really delved gone into it. But one thing that I read that stuck with me was that everything we have, every item, right? Like everything that's around us has energy. We're all, I mean, if you think about it, right? If you go down to a molecular level, we're all made up of the same stuff. So all stuff is energy, and all stuff has energy, and all stuff, you are giving of your energy to all of the things that are around you in one way or another, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. Everything that you own in one way or another is taking energy from you. So that was a huge realization for me, to have less stuff. And now I'm in this transition period where, and this has been a years long kind of thing, and I'm still going through it, right? Is that not only now I have less stuff, right? But when I do get things, when I do purchase something, or I do receive a gift, usually, and it's cute because my mom knows this about me, which I love. I'm picky as fuck. I don't want to wear polyester. I don't want to use plastic, right? Like if I'm going to get a utensil set, it's not going to be plastic. I have gold. That's not real gold, but it's like a gold plated utensil set. That might not even be right. But either way, it's nice, okay? It's quality. So I'm all about quality over quantity. And I want to make sure that whatever I have will last as long as possible, and it works well, and it's not poisoning me, because that's important. So, and because I want to live long, right? I want to SciVive, and I want to have an extended, healthy lifestyle for as long as possible. So that's where I'm at. And that's difficult. It really is not easy to do that at all, because we live in a world that is so about cheap, easy stuff, right? And it's all replaceable. Everything you can you just replace it, right? Planned obsolescence. Just throw it in the trash and get a new one. You don't need to fix it. Don't fix it. Just, throw it away. Get something new. It's cheap enough, right? You can afford it. I hate that mindset. I really do. I want things that are going to last me a lifetime. And it's so rare to find things like that these days. You have to almost go back and get antiques, right? Because the things that were made back in the day, right, last longer. That's another reason why I love this bus. I love it. As ridiculous as it's been and as many things that have gone wrong with it, that motor is going to take me 1,000,000 miles. Maybe not me personally. But it is a 1,000,000 mile engine. It was built to last 1,000,000 miles. And that's, again, also rare these days, right? So I feel like I went on a tangent, but that's what I'm saying. Basically, just so from being someone who grew up, with a family that had lots of things and, my dad's a hoarder, to this is my life. And I want it to be and not that I don't like or want material things. I do. I just want them to be the best. I want them to be quality and to last me as long as possible. So that's my little spiel on that. Thank you for listening. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk about stuff. All right. Swizzle. I think Swizzle Sticks is a little scared of Salty here. Salty ain't gonna hurt you. Salty's so sweet. Look at this sweet, sweet spider. Oh, I actually used to be very scared of spiders. And then I worked on a farm. So if you want to get over being scared of spiders real quick, go work on a farm in the middle of nowhere. And my bat fell. Oh no. Oh no. No one knows what time it is. Oh, bear with me, everyone. There we go. Okay. So I'm not going to burn the bus because I love Salty. And Salty loves you, Swizzle Sticks. Salty loves you. It's going to be fine, I promise. All right, Hexagon Greenhorn with the Halloween emojis. Let's see. I'll put Salty over here. All right. You gonna hang out there, Salty? All right, cool, great. All right. Pumpkin, ghosty, skull. Is that a bat? Is that a zombie? I can't see. Why can't I see this? Zombie. Yeah, zombie, bat, vampire. I love it. Thank you. Thanks for the emojis. I appreciate it. Make it Miriam says it started snowing here today. Can you just send me some snow? I want the snow. I grew up in California, and then I lived in Texas for the last 15 years. I don't know snow. I don't know. I don't even know snow. I don't know what that is. Mr. Chuck says, Richie, about the cat. So this is Mr. Chuck's adopted work cat. Richie, named after Richard Hart, is a ginger tabby about a year old. Precious. Male. Richard Hart. That makes sense. Male ginger tabby about a year old. Super cute. I had a ginger tabby cat that was a girl. And she had a bajillion kittens. Sorry, y'all. It's still fucking hot, and I can't right now. I need more air. Damn. Oh. This bus, I don't know what it is, but it's night now and there's no sun and it's still hot in here. So I've just turned the AC to 72 degrees. Feels a little bit better. All right. Next. Swizzle Stick says, I hoard crypto. Hey, that's probably the best thing to hoard, especially right now. So let's get into crypto. Y'all know, I don't often talk about crypto or HEX or the price or anything. I mean, the only crypto I would talk about, obviously, would be HEX or PulseChain or PulseX. But being on this PulseChain tour and listening to RG3, especially, I'm going to fix that later. Listening to RG3 give his spiel over and over again, which gets better every time. It really does. And we're actually, it was great. This last conference, both Black Hexagon and I, at the end of the seminar, both had a lot of really great feedback to give RG3. And, you'd think you'd have, you'd have given all the feedback you could after hearing this presentation 6 or 7 times. But as we've evolved as a team and as this tour has grown and as we've started to realize who our target audience is, whether or not that is our audience, right? Who our target audience is and what they need to hear may be different from who is filling these seats right now. And it was really cool because she came and like had this like list of things, and then it was several things that I had already either thought of or agreed completely that we needed to work on. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the next iteration of this speech. And if you are in Texas or Oklahoma or Louisiana or New Mexico, come. Come to our events, right? Dallas is this next Saturday. So in not so many days. Not in a few days, but in a few more days, on October 20th, Saturday. No, sorry, Friday. It's Friday, October 20th at CZ's place in Cross. CZ and Jay-Z's place. I mean, they both live there. I just, CZ's the hostess. So it's in Crossroads, Texas. That's just slightly north of Dallas, just right above Dallas. And it's going to be a blast. There's going to be a huge party. I'm really stoked because there's a lot of people that have said that they are coming and they have bought tickets, and I've never met them before. So it's cool because obviously every event I get to meet new people, but I had several people reach out to me and just be like, hey, what is this meetup about? How is this going to work? I had one guy tell me about how he is trying to show his wife how this is tangible, right? How HEX is real and people have really changed their lives and made gains and become retired because they invested in HEX, right? And we forget, I think, how many people that has done like that have had that happen, right? You see several people that are out there and are vocal about it, right? RG3, Hexo, right? Crypto Coffee. I mean, I'm sure there's a laundry list of other people I can't think of right now, but that's just such a small fraction of, and all those people are still working, you know what I mean? Like, but they're able now to put that work into the ecosystem, right? So also, PS, shout out to Crypto Coffee. His new course is launched? Question mark? I don't know. I think I might be announcing it before he is. Shh, don't tell anybody I said that. But the link is in the description below. Check it out. He's got everything from A to Z PulseChain. Like it's all in there. So I'm really stoked to be able to. I haven't even watched it yet, but I'm gonna watch it and then be able to share that with people that I know because he's so great at explaining all the things. So shout out Coffee. Let's see. So crypto. What I wanted to show you was, RG3 says over and over again, and I hadn't heard this because I wasn't there when Richard was talking about HEX. I wasn't there when Richard was creating HEX. I wasn't there when HEX went to 8 cents. I wasn't there when HEX went to a penny the first time, right? I wasn't there when HEX went to 8 cents. I mean, I got in the first time. The first buy I ever did was 5 cents. But I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about crypto. I sure as hell didn't know who Richard Hart was. I did not know who Richard, I've said this several times, but I didn't know who Richard was until probably I knew his name, but I didn't really know about him until like October, November of 2021. And so I didn't watch his streams, right? I was too busy listening to Whales Only and his brilliant mind because it made sense to me because I had just taken an options trading course. So I was like, okay, like this guy makes sense. I'm going to listen to this dude and, so help me. I'm going to figure out what all this means and how it all works. And thankfully I did. Like he really helped me. He really drove home what a T-share is and still does to this day every freaking time he streams. So shout out to Whales Only One. But what I never saw was Richard getting excited about HEX or Richard talking about what HEX does and how it works and how it's better than Bitcoin and how high it can go. And I'm going to take some of these clips and hopefully make some really cool content soon. But I wanted to share some of these with you. And this is just a fraction of what I found on hexsearch.io. If you have never used that tool, please check it out. I'm going to link it in the chat right now, actually. As a matter of fact, hexsearch.io. This will search for you every single video, nearly, if not all, videos that Richard Hart has done. I'm hot, you guys. I don't know what is up. Man, I don't know if I overheated earlier. Ugh, I hate this. I really don't like having this whole heat sickness thing. It really sucks really bad. Uh, the AC is blasting and it's on 72 degrees. I think I just got too hot earlier, so now my whole body is radiating heat and it really blows. If anybody has some stem cells to send my way, that'd be great. Or if you know of any kind of therapy that helps people who have had a heat stroke, who get heat sick easily, not do that, holler. My DMs are open because I'm over it. Like I can't do this anymore. Send me the snow. Make it Miriam, girlfriend. Send me some snow. I'll give you an address. Maybe it'll be still cool by the time it gets to me. You can just put it on dry ice and overnight it. Man, it's hot. All right. So with all that said, thanks for putting up with my dramatics. Let's check out a few things that Richard Hart has said about the price of Hex. So we're going to go from the bottom of my list of things we're going to talk about up. And I'm just going to share with you 4 different clips that I thought were fantastic. Let me see. Just a moment. Refresh this one. I lied. I'm going to sell. I lied. I'm going to share 5 clips. Wait. Is this? Okay, here we go. One more time. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen for a little bit. Hopefully you can hear the sound. Oof. I'm so not good at this. Let's try this though. Share screen. Let's do this one first. Also share tab audio. Okay. Hopefully this works. I'm going to press play and then I'm going to jump back over here and please let me know if you cannot hear this, but here we go.
Oh, by the way, people don't understand how high the Hex price can go. 8.5 cents is not high. The price can keep going up to absolutely absurd levels. You could have $10 Hex. Really. The market, there's no like price god that sits and is like, your price can't go any higher. That's not a thing. So people think that like market cap is some limiting factor. It's not. If I told you Bitcoin would have $1 trillion market cap 10 years ago, you would have laughed yourself out of your chair because it would just seem impossible to you. But it's not impossible. Hex is a better product than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has had $1 trillion market cap. Hex can have a higher than $1 trillion market cap. Easily. I mean, if you do the math on it right now, I mean, flipping Bitcoin is not even far away.
Listen to this, man.
And here's the funny thing. Why does anyone care what the market cap is anyway? Can you make money on it? Can you place orders, bids, and asks on the market cap chart? No. Can you make money when the market cap goes up or down? No. It's a stupid vanity metric. It's not something anyone can even make money on. It's silly.
All right. I'm just going to share these like little clips. So here's another one. Share this tab instead.
$30 USD. The price of Hex can go much, much higher than anyone thinks. So people have this, they think that the market cap is somehow a cap on how high Hex can go or how high Bitcoin can go. Market cap is a fake number. It's rather meaningless. The only thing that are real numbers is the price. If the market cap goes up, you can't trade it. There's no market cap price chart that you can put market cap sell orders on and sell when the market cap reaches a certain level and then buy it back at another level. The only thing that you can buy and sell and make money on is the actual price of the thing that is being charted. And that, If you would have told someone when Bitcoin was a penny 10 years ago that it would be 2 million X higher today, they would have laughed their ass off. They wouldn't have believed it. And now it's more than 2 million X. It's 2.2 million X now. So I'm going to have to adjust my speech. So I've been quoting Bitcoin being up 2 million X in 10 years. Now it's up 2.2 million X. And if you told them that, they just wouldn't believe you. And HEX is the same thing. If you told people, hey, it's going to go up 263X in 301 days, they'd be like, no, what? And yeah, it's going to go up versus Bitcoin 143X. It's going to go up versus Ethereum 90 plus X. They wouldn't believe you. So, you know, an insanely high number for the value of HEX is entirely possible. And
I love it. An insanely high number is entirely possible. Let's keep going.
Imagine if we got more adoption, how high the price would go. You know, like I am bullish on Bitcoin. I just think that I can get people higher ROI with better security in something I can give them for free and pay the evil miners less and get rid of the whales and penalize them 75% and get rid of, like, there's so many good things I can do and incentives I could structure by designing a smart contract that I can't do in Bitcoin, you know?
I think one way, maybe one other fund.
All right, one more, two more. Share this tab instead. Bam.
Of liquidity, but if you could just explain how the price of HEX is so high.
Do you know when the website first came out, it had on there designed to go up 10,000x, and everyone had a heart attack. Scam, 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 scam. That's what everyone said. Now the price is up 4,000x before staking, 8,000x plus with staking. Who was right?
This happened.
Right. Now, where did I get that number from? I just looked at what Ethereum did. I said, okay, Ethereum did 10,000x in 2.5 years. I designed better game theory than they have. Why don't we do 10,000x in 2.5 years? Just very simple. They did 10,000x. Our stuff's better. We could do the same. And so I was just telling people it was possible. And look, what was possible came true. Bitcoin went up 6.5 million X. So people look at the 4,000x that HEX has done on just the price chart without interest, and they think it's too much. And then you go look at the chart back when Ethereum started and back when Bitcoin started, and they look almost the same. They used to do gains like that back when they were new networks too. And so this is not unprecedented. This is normal. What HEX is doing is normal for a cryptocurrency that has product market fit, that has adoption, and isn't viral yet, but is becoming viral. So it's
I remember when you first started, it was tiny.
Amazing. All right, last one.
You don't even understand how high the price can go. Like HEX could be worth $1 trillion, like that, really, really easily. Because you got to understand that's a fake number. Like that number, you can't get rich on that number. You can't trade the market cap chart. You can't get rich on market cap. You can't trade the volume chart. You can't place orders in the volume chart. The only thing that matters is price. And right now the price is extremely liquid. So if you want to sell $1 million, you're going to get 3% slippage. It's awesome. It's amazing. Go try and sell $1 million at anything else and see how much slippage you get. And then, that number actually keeps getting lower. So as the price goes up, the liquidity gets thicker, and then your slippage on selling $1 million is lower. So it's a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. Hex.com is an absolute miracle. And what was your question again? I don't remember.
All right. I think you get my point, right? I mean, again, I heard RG3 say this multiple times. I heard, because, like I said, I've probably now listened to folks like RG3, Whales Only One, Crypto Coffee. I've listened to them more than I did listen to Richard, because I just didn't know who he was. I didn't know to listen to him. And then by the time I started doing SciVive, I was so immersed in SciVive that so basically I only watched Richard from maybe the fall of 2021 until whenever he just stopped streaming, which was not, that's what, like a year ago now. It's been a long time. So I didn't see a lot of these older streams or really hear Richard talk about his own products. So part of this really frustrates me, because it's like, have y'all just forgot? Y'all have fucking amnesia or what? Like, how is it that not every single fucking Hexican is out there right now shouting this shit from the rooftops? I get it. We're down, but you hold bags, right? So why wouldn't you be out here like we are telling people how amazing this product is, what the product market fit is for Hex, like how it works, how it's a better product than Bitcoin. It's better than Bitcoin. Y'all, like, I don't understand. I'm new here. What? People that have done this when, like, how is it you got to watch Richard for years? Y'all got to watch Richard from his top hat pink curtain days until he disappeared. And I'm sorry, I gotta, he didn't disappear until he decided to stop streaming. I'm not gonna put any fuel on that fire because he's still around, y'all, whether you believe it or not. That is definitely Richard tweeting his tweets. I digress. It blows my mind. Blows my mind that there are not more people out here shouting about this from the rooftops and teaching people what's what and how this all works. Wake up! Wake up! It's no more time for Sleepy Bear is done. It's no more time for Sleepy Bear. It's time for wake up and fucking chill the shit out of this, because if you don't, who will? Right? Richard gave us all of the tools that we needed. And then the community built on top of what Richard did, right? He says we stand on the shoulders of giants, you know? And what else are we supposed, I mean, like, how, y'all just, I mean, am I in the wrong here? Like, why would anyone stop streaming or stop talking about it? Or those clips, I'm on fire. like I mean, not that I ever stopped being stoked about it or bullish on everything about our ecosystem, but I never saw any of that. And now to have used this search to find out what Richard himself has said about the price of Hex and how high it can go and how we don't know how high it can go. Y'all, like, the man's not a liar. Okay? I mean, he's a genius. He's brilliant. He's a philanthropist. He's many things. He's not a liar. And he wants the best for the world. He wants to see everyone else's cups overflow. That's a SciVive quote. So just, I just hope I brought a little bit of oomph, a little bit of gusto, a little something to your day, because there is a bright future ahead of us, friends. And I am stoked to be a part of it. I'm thankful that my light has not gone out and I've not extinguished the flame in my soul for what it is that we are a part of. We're making history easily. We might not be able to see it right now, but I mean, there's a documentary, right? Like, this whole court case with the corrupt SEC, right? That's what somebody says. The corrupt SEC and Richard. I mean, we're on the right side of history, and time will tell. It always does. It always does. And Hex is about time. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Let's get back to these comments. Let's see who else has wriggled their way into my chat. Speaking of wriggled, in case you didn't know or missed it, this is my new friend, Salty Boy Wrigglesworth the Third. Welcome him to the stream. He's happy to be here. Just my right hand, left hand man over here. Hey, someone's got to keep me company, you guys. It's lonely out here on the road. All right. So Robert Online says, hey there. Hi there, Robert Online. Good to see you. Oh, if it ain't the captain himself, RG3. If y'all didn't know, there's a behind the scenes highest of stakes clip that we get to show for the PulseChain tour. So it's no one else gets to see this. So unless you're coming to the PulseChain tour, which should we get to continue it into this next year, which I'm really hoping we do, it's going to have a new name, and I'm not going to I won't announce it yet, but it's going to be good, y'all. Anyways, we get to show a clip of some behind the scenes footage of the highest of stakes documentary, and one of the producers, when he starts speaking about RG, he goes, the pirate captain, wow, I can't say words. The pirate captain himself, RG3. He like says it all piratey. It's cute. I tried to be cute. But maybe not. The bus is the Black Pulse. I don't like it. Nope. Disapproved. Our pirate ship. I don't like it. I don't like that one bit. Sorry, RG. I am vetoing that name. We'll figure out something. I also named it Patience already, but we'll come to some kind of something there. The black, no. Anyways, PulseChain Kitchen in the house. Hello, friend. Thank you for tuning in. You got the chef's hat and the commander commanding in the hearts. Good to see you. Daddy Hexler, always good to see you, sir. Daddy Hexler says, what guan, SJ? Did I say it right? Did I do it right? What guan? Coming into summer here in Sydney, loving it. Big love. Oh yeah, other side of the other hemisphere, right? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't want a summer. I was contemplated moving to Puerto Rico, and I just can't. I spent all summer hiding from the sun because of this bullshit heat sickness, and I just could not fathom leaving right when it's about to cool down, and I don't have to worry about that as much. Shitty thing is, I still do. If I work out and I get overheated and my body temperature goes up, I'll overheat. If I'm in a sauna, or not a sauna, if I'm in a hot tub and I get out of the hot tub, this happened to me in Texas. I was in a hot tub and it was a night very similar to tonight, maybe October, but it was still 70 something degrees when I got out of the hot tub. My body overheated. I'm overheating right now. This really blows. I'm gonna have to end the stream pretty soon. Anywho, so yeah, enjoy your summer in Sydney. I'm about to become a pumpkin and just sit out in the fall rain and enjoy that because I'm tired of being hot. Swizzle Stick says we can hear it. Oh, that was the audio. Thank you so much again for checking that out. RG3 says, what? Did the captain tell you this? Yeah, you must have missed it. I totally did a huge intro about how you've said this a bunch of times, and that's why I was sharing it. DJ Pollywood win. Hex equals GOAT 100%. Hex is the greatest of all time. You don't know? As Westcott would say. Y'all, you don't know? You should. Hexagon Hill says hello. Hello, Hexagon Hill. RG3 says liquidity and price matter. Interesting. Drix says heart eyes. Hello, Drix. RG3 said, yep, it happened and millionaires were made. Many millionaires were made. You know, I heard someone at one of the Pulse meetups, this one in Miami recently, someone said that they figured out, like they did some kind of math numbers. They did some kind of calculation that basically, like, what I'm trying to say is they said that they think that with the way things went with Hex, at least 2,500 millionaires were made in the first run up. I'm pretty sure that's what he was saying. Because he took, I think he compared it to either Bitcoin or Ethereum or something. There was some math done. And basically he just said, yeah, like 2,500 millionaires likely were made when Hex did what it did. Pretty amazing. Swizzle Sticks says, man, I hope he comes back and debates people again. Oh, love, I do too, but I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think it's going to be, again, and I've kind of talked about this before. I think it's going to be just Richard version 5.0, like a totally new, I mean, it's still him, right? Like he is at his core and his essence who he will always be, but he's evolved. And there's a SciVive quote, in fact, that I'm going to quote is keep getting better. If you're not perfect, keep getting better. So, you know, and yes, Richard needs to take his own advice in many cases on many things. And who knows, maybe he is right now. Maybe it's a big reason we're not seeing him. I think that's what a lot of people are hoping, is that he comes back and he's just like, oh, look at Richard 5.0 is so buff and so sexy and so wise. I mean, he already is. You can see from his tweets that that's where he's at right now, right? Like he is hitting the books and he is spending his time learning as much as he can. I think, and of course I don't know, no one knows, but my guess / hope is that he is learning as much as he possibly can so that he can actually fight the SEC. I think that would be epic. And I think that he wants the glory, right? So I can't think of a better way for him to get some glory in the entirety of the world of crypto, right? Not just in our community. Should he go to bat against the SEC, defend himself in court, and win, how fucking epic is that going to be, right? Like, again, my hope, my dream is that that's what he's doing. And if that's not it, if he's only preparing himself for like what he really just kind of needs to do or has to do to make this case go away, then that's cool too, right? Like either way, the tweets that he's putting out are educating many of us and helping or will help maybe other people, crypto founders in the future. Who knows? All right. And spoken like a true pirate / genius as well. RG3 says he will be back when it's time. And he will be. I absolutely believe that. I might know that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I believe that Richard will be back and it'll be different. Again, I don't think it's going to be Richard streaming for 2, 4, 8 hours ever again. Like y'all were lucky. You know, me sharing those clips and telling you I didn't get to watch Richard like that. Like I'm jealous because I did not get to participate in those, 2, 4, 8 hour epic live streams. There definitely, as in that year and a half or two of getting to watch him stream, yeah, I was there anytime he was live. I tried to show up and, comment in the chat and say things. And usually it was about SciVive. And usually it was totally ignored. But for those of you that really just got to kind of know him over time and watching his live streams and things like that, like I'm super jelly. But it's definitely going to be different. So I have a question, RG3. Did my stream cut out? Because so far on my end, it's looked fine. So if y'all in the chat could let me know if you've seen my stream cut out here or there, or if I'm lagging at all, please let me know, because I got my new equipment. All my new Starlink stuff is set up. I sent the old one back today. And I'm also in the middle of a field, basically in Texas. So there's no obstructions. So I should be peachy keen. All right. RG3 says, right. Way better, says Russ. RG3 says, because they scared. That must be about these people that are hiding, that are hexicans that should be talking. If you're not talking publicly, at least talk to your friends and family again. Because why not? Because, and this is something I've heard RG3 say too, when Hex is $1, they're going to be knocking down your door and your cell phone's going to be blowing up. And you don't want to be the one that says, oh, I wish I would have told you at the bottom. I wish I would have told you when Hex was under. Of course, when I bring up the Starlink thing, it glitches out. I just saw that happen. So it must have happened while I wasn't looking previously, but I see now that it is not the best. It's better. It's definitely way better than it was. So I'm just hoping that maybe it's just because I'm really in the middle of nowhere and there's not a lot of satellites out here. Swizzle Sticks says, save me, RH. Save me. He really has, I think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be wrong. Did you find out, Swizzle Sticks, did you find out about longevity through Richard, or was that something you were already studying and He just was another voice about it. Because I feel you might have already been on that before, Richard. But I mean, he is saving many lives in many different ways, and I love it. RG3 says, they ain't real hexagon pirates. Correct, sir. Correct. Not everyone can be a real hexagon pirate. Not everyone's got them guts. Also, not everyone has a Red Bull sized, you know what we're talking about. Moondog says, money is a store of value. Robert Breed. Love, values are both personal and relative. Whales only. Hence why markets exist. Me. Tangent ally. Hex is the monetization of time and Nobel Prize worthy. 100%. 100%. Matt says, cool lights. Thank you. I moved them because I had them elsewhere, and I thought that if I turned this light off, that they would light up my face with the different colors, but they don't. And this is neither here nor there. All right. Matt, say hi to Salty Boy for me. Hey, Salty Boy. Hey, Matt says hi. Salty Boy Wrigglesworth III. I'm telling you, someone's got to keep me company. That's what happens. Ben DuPont, ladies and gentlemen. What is up, Ben? Good to see you, man. Ben says, sup, SJ. Nice decorations. Thank you. Thank you very much. Robert Keeler. Hello, friend. Says, yay, caught a stream. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And I'm finally almost... I guess I'll be here for the next couple days. I don't know if I'm going to do the cable things yet, but I need to. In fact, I give you permission, Robert, to remind me. If I haven't done it in like 3 days, just be like, SJ, you got to fix those cables, because otherwise it's just going to get cold and then I'm not going to do it. And then I'm going to run the heater and then they're going to explode or something. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. DJ Pollywood says, we used to sit around like kids on the couch ready for the stream to start when on the Hex tour. I love that. I have one memory like that. I went to visit K4K and Sequoia was out there. So it's K4K, Sequoia, and I, and Richard went live, and it was the cutest goddamn thing. We're all on the couch, like I think we were literally eating popcorn, sitting there like popcorning and listening to Richard talk. And this is probably one of the last streams he did, because that was right around the PulseChain tour. I want to say maybe before. No, I'm sorry, not the PulseChain tour. The PulseChain conference in Vegas. It was right around that time, which I think is nearly around the time he stopped streaming. But yeah, I get that feeling. I miss that. And again, like I feel jealous that like so many people got to experience so much more of that, right? And I really don't think that that's what's going to happen in the future. I don't think we'll ever see Richard do things like that again. I think it's going to be very few and far between if and when he does stream. It's going to be very high profile, right? Like he's not just going to stream with anybody. Maybe me, Richard Hart, dear Richard Hart, stream with me once, please, Richard. I'm channeling my inner Georgia Carrera. That's what that was. You're welcome. All right. Robert says, oh, it's just saying hi to everybody. Oh, good to know. Not going to do all that. Robert Keeler says, it's amazing how many people have laughed at me or said crypto as a whole is a scam. I feel sorry for those who do not see. Yeah, that's a tough one because, like I was saying, tell your family, tell your friends, tell people again. Because I'm telling you, a year from now, year and a half, 2 years from now, they're going to wish they had listened, right? I don't want to say like it's a karma thing or whatever, but they're going to wish they had listened, and they're going to be left behind, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? Like it's hard because as much as you want people in your family or your friend circles, as much as you want these people to understand it and to get it and to be on the same page, some people just aren't ready. Some people just won't listen. Some people will never listen, will never understand it because they're stuck. And, and that could be about many things and not just cryptocurrencies, right? Like you cannot persuade a person or change a person's mind who is not open or willing to listen or to change. You can present them facts. You can present things to them, but if they're just going to turn their nose up and not listen, or they're just going to, assume that you're wrong and you're incorrect the entire time, then don't waste your energy. Don't, you can maybe try it once or twice, right? But after that point, or maybe wait another year or something. I don't know. That's a personal thing, right? Like, how much energy you have, and how important it is that the people in your life or the people around you become financially free, because that's what we're doing. We're becoming financially free. And that's the thing that boggles my mind, right? It's like, who doesn't want that? How could you not want that for yourself? And even if you have it, or you think you have it, right? Like, maybe someone's parents are retired already and they think they're financially free. But what if they could have more and have it be generational wealth, right? Not just for them, but for their children and their children's children, right? When did it become okay to stop wanting that for our generations? When, like, think of the era of kings and queens. Why did that mentality, right? Why did that stop? Why has that gone away, right? Duchesses. And I mean, I know that happens in other parts of the world, but if you think of the opulence, right? The absolute luxurious lifestyle and the wealth that someone of that stature could have, that's generational wealth, right? Like, they and their children and their children's children likely would have wanted for naught. So I believe, and I love that we have shirts and things like that say, King of Hexaco, or, Queen of PulseChain and things like that, because what a great mentality to encapsulate, to move forward with sharing to the world that this is financial freedom for generations, right? I digress. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Moondog says, I would love to see Richard. We saw on stage with Parliament and finance ministers engaged in high-level discourse again. Yeah, we ought bring him in, the respectable dialectal partners to facilitate. Yes. And Swizzle6 says, I was looking into longevity way before our age. I kind of thought so. Dave Asprey got me into it. Very cool. And Dave Asprey, remind me, is bulletproof. Yes? Right? Good stuff. Speaking of coffee, it just made me think of bulletproof coffee. I went to Black Rifle Coffee today, in Waco. And okay, confession time, you guys. I am not the biggest fan of pumpkin, but I love pumpkin flavored. Like, I made pumpkin pies one year. I like the taste of pumpkin. I'll eat it all year long. It's actually very good for you. Pumpkin itself, like, if you put canned pumpkin in a smoothie, the squash is delicious and wonderful for you in general. And I love squash, period. I'm a huge squash fan. I have a butternut squash in the corner over there that I'm eyeing lovingly. So I will partake in a pumpkin spice latte or 2 or 3 when the season comes. Now, let me just tell you this. I think that what has happened in the last few years is every time I've gone, and this, like, at least the last, like, 3 or 4 years, every time I've gone to a Starbucks to get a stupid pumpkin spice latte, I am disappointed. Completely disappointed. Doesn't taste like pumpkin spice. Doesn't taste like a latte. Doesn't taste like anything. So screw Starbucks. I'm over it. I never want a Starbucks again. Not pumpkin spice anyways. They are convenient because on the road, yes, but still. I do try to go to more local places. So anyways, getting back to it. Black Rifle Coffee. Cool thing. They give discounts to veterans. If you're a veteran and you know about a Black Rifle coffee shop around you, go in, because they asked me at the register if I was active or previous military. And you know what they have? They had, I think it was called a pumpkin smashed latte. And y'all, I found it. I found my drink. And now I'm going to be heartbroken because I don't know if there's Black Rifle coffee shops outside of Texas, because I'm pretty sure they started here, and that's the first one I've ever seen. A good friend and amazing Mexican, Hexacaso, who did the etching on this table. Can I do this? Can we show you? Oh, you can't really see it. Hold on, let's do the light. There we go. So Hexacaso did that. He also, if you watch RG3 stream, RG has over one of his shoulders, he has this wooden PulseChain logo thing. Hexacaso did all of those. Every now and then I'll wear earrings or a necklace that has a PulseChain logo. Hexacaso did that. He also helped paint the outside of this bus. He redid the font, the PulseChain font, and the little pulses, the pulse logos. So anyways, I tried Black Rifle coffee when I was out over at his area, because he had it, like he brewed some for us, and it was great. Like it was strong and delicious, and I really enjoyed it. So it was really nice to go see. I saw this coffee shop, and I was like, sweet, I'm gonna go try it. It tasted like pumpkin. Yes, ma'am. She's excited about it too. I think she enjoyed it. So anyways, if you like the taste of pumpkin and you want a real pumpkin spice latte, go find a Black Rifle coffee. They're delicious. Come here, darling. Come say hello to the people. Come here. Pardon me. Oh, there she is. Aww. Aww. Are you jealous? Are you being jealous of Salty? Because Salty's on screen and you're not? Is that what's going on? So part of my title, or not title, but part of my tweet was I was going to talk about this sweet little cat. She recently went through iodine radiation treatment because she had hypothyroidism. And that sucked, but she's better with that. In fact, I just took her to the vet to do a checkup because she wasn't eating. She's just like not eating much at all, and that was really worrisome. So I took her back to the vet, or I took her to a vet. I took her to a vet out in Austin, and I am a huge fan of this vet that I took her to. Like I could really tell that she knew her shit and was I mean, of all the vets I've taken her to in the last year, like this vet really knew her stuff. So I was really happy to have someone who I could feel confident, was really looking out for my sweet princess. So they did blood work. They took a urine and a feces sample, and I'm going to get some results back soon. She does have kidney issues, which is to be expected for a cat that is nearly 17 years old. That's just kind of something that comes with age. Luckily, her thyroid's fine now. All those levels were great. So she's totally out of she's in the clear when it comes to that. But I don't know why she's not eating much. Her appetite is super low. One of the things they told me to do is to add water to a lot of her foods, to make it more easily digestible, and because she's having trouble getting as much liquid as she should. So that's what's going on with the sweet princess. So send some good positive kitty vibes this way, because she needs them. Come on, mush. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, she's my best friend. I've had her for 16 years. Almost 17 years. So sweet. So yeah, so that's what's going on with her. She has, in the last 24, 48 hours, she has been eating a little bit more. So that's a plus. But yeah, I should be getting the results back, I would say, hopefully tomorrow, because I don't know if the doctors are going to be in on the weekends. But yeah, that's what's going on with sweet kitty cat. Let's finish up with the chat comments here. Goodness gracious, where was I? Oh goodness. Okay, so yes, Wizzle was talking about, we talked about coffee. All right, Moondog says, honest, I heard Mr. Beast make some comments on longevity recently that makes me think it's a worthwhile market fit to intro to RH's vision and Aubrey's work. He basically said he was looking for SciVive. That's cool. I wonder if there's any way for us to get him into SciVive, because that'd be dope. Hey, Mr. Beast, I got a book for you. Maybe if I read it like this. I tried that already. It didn't work so great. Anyways. Robert Keeler says, this opportunity is just like getting into Amazon, Apple, GE, and IBM on the ground floor before stocks were offered. Too many people are scared to step outside of their comfort zone. 100%. Russ with the jack-o'-lantern emoji. I love it. Thank you. I think I lost people with the pumpkin spice talk. I'm so sorry. Oh, well. Robert says, this is... Oh, wait. I said that already. I got pumpkin spice on the brain. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah. This is the opportunity of a lifetime and one of the biggest transfers of wealth to happen since the creations of the car and electricity. 100%. Very true. Moondog says, there are a lot of disruptions happening all around right now. AI, crypto, finance, world order. Being able to reliably store the fruits of your own labor over time in this market. Input, output. Brilliant. Brilliant. Meow, meow. Yes, cat. She doesn't glow anymore. No, she's not radioactive anymore. Moondog says, pile advances in biotech. Longevity and more healthful, sustainable ways of living. Opportunity of a singular lifetime may be an understatement. 100%. Robert, is that for me or the cat? Pedialyte? I seriously, like, I need water or something right now. Oh, I'm hot, you guys. I'm still fucking hot. I think I must have overheated this afternoon. I was planning to get to my harvest host earlier. I hate drinking out of plastic, but sometimes you just gotta hydrate. But I just had the most horrific time trying to return this Starlink. I went to one FedEx that was inside an Office Depot, and they said they couldn't return electronics. I went to another FedEx that was a ship center, and I didn't have the label printed out, and they couldn't print the label. So I had to go to a third FedEx. Finally found a FedEx office that could print it and ship it. I was just like, oh my God, I'm so over this. And then on top of that, like, okay, so Miami. Let's talk about the good things first about Miami. Miami was fun. Let me finish up the comments real quick. Moondog says, maybe there's a way to get him to SciVive. Where there's a will, there is a way. Allegedly, at least. Let's test the theory. I agree. Robert says, Pedialyte for the cat. Cool. I will try that. No problem. That is a thing I can do. And Moondog says, do we have any hexagons named Will that might be up for a project by chance? Interesting question. Will, if you're out there and you're a hexagon, let me know and I'll get you in touch with Moondog. So Miami, that was also on the list. That was also on the title. And I haven't even talked about it yet. Oh man, Miami was super cool. We had a really good turnout. There was a full, like, room was full chairs and lots of babies. That was the coolest thing, is that there were like a whole plethora of children there. And definitely Miami wins for the most children under the age of 10 in the audience. Super cool to see all the little baby hexagons running around. We are building Hexaco one baby at a time. And then ladies, there was a good turnout of women there. I always love seeing that. Seeing more women in crypto, especially in our hexagon space, just makes my heart happy because, I think the smartest women are a part of this space for real. Like, if you know what the future holds within the crypto space and Web3 in general, and you find yourself here amongst hexagons, you're in the right place. So absolutely wonderful. HP Morgan, shout out HP Morgan, man. He gave such a heartfelt and wonderful introduction for the event. And shout out to him and his wife. Super cool couple. Really, really lovely. I had met them once before, I think at one of the Las Vegas events. And they have these really cool hats. They're into fishing. So they have these really neato hats that have these like hex fishing patches on them. I'll have to link to their store if and when I can find it, which I think I can. Oh, Moondog. Bad pun joke on where there is a will. Where there is a will, there is a way. So Will, hit us up. Yeah. So what else? Miami was great. It was really well done. I think that we had a good turnout. We had a really nice dinner that evening. We went out to where did we go even? Why can't I remember where we went? I don't know, but lots of lobster was involved. That might have been the next night, but there was lobster, and I regretted not getting the lobster. Like everybody else got lobster. And I got some pasta, which was also delicious, but yeah. Anywho, so the night after that, or maybe no, this was the same night. Later that evening, I went to a drum and bass event, and on the flyer that my friend who's an MC had on his Instagram page, there was a certain venue. I go to this venue and I'm in line and I'm listening. And I'm like, this doesn't sound like drum and bass. I get up to the door and I show them my tickets and they scan my tickets and the tickets don't work. And this one guy is like, she's like, oh, hold on for the manager. And this other guy's like, yeah, somebody had posted a malicious link. I'm like, shit, did I just like pay for something that doesn't exist? Like, what is going on here? But I saw it on my friend's page. Like, how is this happening? So a few minutes go by and then they're like, no, it's fine. Go ahead and go in. I go in. As I'm walking in, they're checking purses. So I have my purse open with all my stuff in it. And then I walk in, pretty sure I had zipped my purse up, and then walk into this club that's outdoors and just packed, like at capacity, literally. Like I think I was like the last person to get in, and just like people everywhere. And I'm trying to figure out what is going on. I'm like, where are the drum and bass people? Where are my people? Where are the DJs? What is going on? Like, I've never been to a drum and bass show where there's like not drum and bass being played as an opening act. So already I was thrown off. And so I walk up to one person and I'm like, hey, who are you here to see? And they're like, I'm here. I don't know. I go up to another person. I'm like, hey, is this, like, are you here to see Ronnie Size? Like, are you guys here for this drum and bass show? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I go up to another person. I'm like, is there another stage here? Is there another place where there's another DJ playing? Because I'm looking at this flyer and it says that I keep biting my lip. These DJs are supposed to be here. And I'm at this club and I don't see these DJs or my friend who's the MC. And they don't know what's going on. So finally I find one last person. I'm like, look, help me. Is this the right club? Am I at the right place? And finally this guy's like, yes. He's like, you're at the right place. That's not the show that's going on right now. And we have this like 2-minute conversation. And mind you, as I'm going from person to person, I'm getting fucking groped and touched and like all sorts of shit. I'm just like, I don't want to be here right now. This is not my music. These are not my people. What the fuck is happening? So after this conversation I have with this person who actually knows about this club and has been here before and knows that there's no other DJ and that I'm at the right place, but this is not the right event, I look down and my purse is open and my wallet is gone. And I knew right then, I was like, fuck. Stolen. Like, done. Like, that was done with me. Like, I should have been holding on to my purse the entire time, especially after getting fucking groped, like, and touched. I was just like, oh, like, I was just so grossed out and, like, so upset about the fact that I was not in the place where I thought that I should be and really wanted to be, that I just, like, I just wasn't thinking straight. So finally I get up to some other dude that's like a bartender there. And I'm just like, can you help me figure out what's going on? Like, I'm supposed to be at this show and I'm at the right club, but there's no DJs that I'm supposed to go see. And like, no one could help me. And then I'm at that point, I'm like, shit, man. Like, I didn't even want to like go look for it because I knew it had just been taken. Thankfully, really, I mean, I just lost $100. Like I had some cash in there and all my cards and my ID. But those things are all replaceable. There was nothing that I can't get replaced. And I reported all my everything stolen like right away, like on my apps. I locked all the cards and everything. So I look at this other app where I could see that like you could buy tickets to the event, and I look and it says a different venue name. And I'm like, well, shit, like I don't know why this one venue is on my friend's page and this other venue is on this thing, but this has to be where the show is. Like, if I'm going to have any sort of resemblance of any kind of happiness for the rest of this evening, I need to go dance to drum and bass, like, or I'll lose my mind. So I end up, thankfully, it was only a block. Like, I was around the block basically. So I walk a block and a half around the other side of the street, and my ears hear the beautiful sounds of the drum and bass. And I enter the club, which scan the tickets. They're totally fine. I walk in there. There's my homie up there on the stage being the MC. There's Ronnie Size. There's DJ Craze. It was great. I got there just as Ronnie Size had gone on, and got to dance to Ronnie for like an hour and a half. It was great. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, you learn some. Definitely learned that night to be a lot more aware of my surroundings and my belongings, because man, like, and that's a hard lesson that I've learned. Luckily, like, I've not had many incidents like that happen before, but I'm a very trusting person. Like, I'm like the kind of, you know, if you're like friend before foe kind of thing, you know, like, until you wrong me, like, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt kind of shit, which, you know, is not always the best way to go about life, especially in situations like that. So Miami, I'm a little perturbed at that whole thing. But again, we had a great time, met some really awesome Hexicans. If you have not got your tickets for the cruise yet, y'all need to get some tickets for the cruise. We just had another couple sign up. Super excited. It seems like it's going to be an amazing turnout. I don't know how many tickets have sold, but I'm guessing at least 100. Like, there's going to be a ton of Hexicans and PulseChains on this ship. So get your tickets to the Cabo cruise as soon as you possibly can. I will be out in LA before the cruise. I may or may not be throwing myself a birthday party. My birthday is like 2 days before you all leave on that cruise. So it's a celebration, bitches. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. All right. So let me take a gander. Let me just take a look-see at what I said I was going to talk about. So bus life, kind of talked. PulseChain Tour Miami, we did that. AI, well, maybe we're going to hold that for another day. Keeping the Princess Sophia happy, we went there. How high hex can go, I'm glad I got that out of the way, because I'm glad I did that first, because that was super important. AI, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna table that for another conversation, because I'm legit hot. Like, I need to put ice on my neck or something, because I don't feel great. And bus life, this is it. I guess I just bus life with all my spookiness. So that was my sweet little bus life thing I did right there then. All right, let's finish up with the chat, and we're going to end it real soon here. It's been over an hour. Thank you everyone for showing up and sticking it out. I don't know. So here's the thing. When I get heat sick, I can't form sentences. When I get really heat sick, like if I'm about to have a heat stroke or something, like if I'm about to really just go into the no-no zone, I stop being able to speak. It sucks really bad. So if we're ever out somewhere and it's hot and you see me and all of a sudden I can't say words, put me inside of a cooler. Just like take me somewhere and dunk me in ice water, because that will fix it. All right. Yeah, Moondog says concert catfish. That's kind of new. Yeah, something strange, something really weird went on there. I swear to you, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone for a good, like, for the entire half hour, or it was not even that long. It was probably 15 minutes from the beginning of that incident to the end, when I got out of that club and realized it was at a different club. Like, just felt like I was in a whole other world. Like, I was in a completely different zone. It was not fun at all. Moondog says, you're being positive, as an SJ does. But that's a rough ride getting there. But glad you found the place you needed in the end. Yeah, me too. You know, like, that's the thing, is like, I could have been so pissed and, like, fuck this place and I hate it here and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not that kind of person. It's like, I can't let something like that ruin my entire day, and I really wanted to go see those DJs, and I really love dancing to drum and bass. So I was like, I'm not going to let that get in the way of my happiness. Oh, man. Robert Keeler, may God judge that person according to their work. Amen, brother. For real. Like, You know, that's karma comes, right? Karma chameleon. And Moondog says, oh yeah, it's around my birthday also. 12/12 group party. Yeah, Sag life. What's up, Sagittarian? That's what's going on, right? Or you Capricorn? You're Sagittarian still? Yeah, you're Sag. Yeah, Saggies. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And Black Hexagon celebrating her birthday on the 1st, I believe that was. Hex birthday. Hex is a Sagittarian. You guys, how fun is that? I just realized that. Hex coin is a Sagittarius. Which makes sense. It's you know, boisterous and joyful and likes to travel around the world. Makes so much sense. Great job, Hex, being born in the sign of Sagittarius. All right, you guys, that is it. I am beat. I am hot. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Go dip myself in some water somewhere and take a cold shower because this is not fun. But I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the stream. I hope you learned something or at least smiled, even just a little bit. Yeah, Salty Boy says goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. For real though, comment. I want more comments on my videos. I think it would be really fun, especially if you're watching this on the replay. I would love to know what kind of takeaways you had. What was your favorite part of this video if you're still watching to the end? You know, did you learn something new? Is there something that you wish I would have expounded on? Something I would have talked more about? Is there something that you think I should talk about in the future? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Salty Boy and I say bye. Oh no!